Hey there, beautiful souls. Whether you're focused on your career, your finances, or long-term stability, this intuitive career and money tarot reading is meant to find you. If you're new here, welcome to Universal Wisdom Tarot. And if you're returning, thank you so much for being here again. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for ongoing spiritual guidance and clarity. Let's take a deep breath together and ground into the present moment as we uncover the opportunities, challenges, and guidance unfolding for your career and financial path. Ready to see what's coming in? Let's dive in. Hey there, beautiful Aquarius souls. This is your career and money reading. It is for mid-July, and I've already asked for blessings. So let's get the cards out and then we'll connect to the energies. All right, Aquarius, let's see what you got here. You have three major arcana, Death, Moon, and the Sun, which got some interesting energy here. Queen of Cups. All right. Let's just dive right into your current general energies. You have the Lover's card. That's your main message. It's clarified by the Queen of Cups and the Death card. I feel like this month is about transfer, or this period of time, this month, this mid-July to mid-August, because that's probably about the timeline for this reading, right? It's about a month view. So it goes from mid-July to mid-August, and I feel like that 4 weeks, that monthly period, is about some kind of transformational decisions, okay, regarding your money, regarding your projects, regarding your career, okay, regarding the direction that you're going to take. I feel like it's very emotional for some of you, but it's an emotional and transformational decisions that are going on here. You know, when we have the Lover's card in a career and finance reading, it is about really committing yourself, okay? And in order to commit yourself, you need to understand the value of something, to commit to it, and the importance of it. And if you are at a crossroads, then you have to say to yourself, is this worth it? Is what I'm doing right? And then I will commit myself to it, okay? The Lover's card is the original choice card, so there is perhaps a decision that you are making in regard to this, okay? And I feel like, you know, for some of you, it could be about partnerships. You're thinking about your partnerships in terms of doing business with people or starting a partnership with somebody to do some kind of projects that you have, whether you are evaluating whether those people are on the same page as you. You know, sometimes it's great when we collaborate or we say, hey, let's do this project together with somebody, but sometimes somebody is more on the page than somebody else is, i.e., pulling their weight. Okay. So the question is, you might be even evaluating that for some of you. Okay. So you're saying, what's my value? What's the importance of this at this crossroads? What am I going to decide? Which way am I going to go? And the Queen of Cups right here, that adds this awareness. Okay. But it's not just an intellectual awareness. It's an emotional awareness. And it's saying, let me listen to what my heart tells me. Sometimes I'll say, listen to your intuition or your gut. This is saying, listen to what your heart is telling you. And how does that relate to a certain amount of compassion that you want to interject or apply when it relates to your values? Okay, so your values dictate how much compassion you have toward something as well, right? If your values say this is very value to me, then you may have more compassion in that regard. Okay, but I feel like the Death card is that transformation, and it's deep transformation. And it's like you're ready for an ending of something and you're ready for a rebirth of something else. So you're ready for everything to change. And everything changes when you're ready for change. It's like that expression, the things you look at change, and the more you change, what is it? The things you change. Anyway. Basically, when you look at something, it changes, and things change when you look at them in a different way too. Okay? Something like that. Okay? But anyway, I feel like you know that, or you feel that emotionally, or your heart is telling you that, because you know you need this transformation. And it's a question of whether you will decide to do that with the Lover's card. Okay? Because you need to make the choice. You need to commit yourself one way or the other to the choice that you will make. So yeah, I feel like there's a bit of a rebirth here that you're looking for or can have. You are definitely Aquarius, career-wise, shedding, I want to say, an old identity. Okay? Or you're shedding a professional chapter in your life, right? We have these cycles. We go through cycles. And sometimes things don't align with us emotionally anymore, and we're just not into it. And when you're not into something, that's a sign that it's time to let it go and release it or change it or stop it or what have you, because it doesn't fulfill us emotionally. As I said, you don't feel it, like you don't feel it in your heart, right? So that's why I feel like you're shedding this old something. Okay. Now, this is not a superficial change, my friends. Okay. That's a very profound transformation. It could be internally only, but I feel nonetheless, internal or external, there is a profound transformation that is in a way tied to the choices you're making, or will have an effect on the choice that you make going forward. So I'm just going to say to you, my friends, like, in this, just be prepared. Okay? Be prepared to have some clarity, because it's coming your way. It's definitely coming your way. And everything changes or can change on how you see, but depending on how you look at it. But be prepared. And I would say be prepared to explore some uncharted territories. Okay? Things you've never done, places you've never been, and things further afield than you have been in a long time. Now, you don't have to worry, because you're this innovative sign, right? You're an Aquarian, and Aquarians don't think like, you're not like a Taurian. Like a Taurian is very methodical and, you know, deals with conventions and conventional methods and lives by those conventional methods, but you don't do that. Okay. So your conventional methods, they're too restrictive for you. So this is why I say you're going outside of the box. Your authenticity is very important. You definitely have a slightly, I want to say, avant-garde approach to things. Okay. That can lead to really significant progress because you are an innovator, Aquarius. That is your nature. So I would just say keep an eye open for that and for ways in which you can collaborate on ventures of that nature. And those ventures will respect your individual creativity, but at the same time allow you to be a little bit collaborative in your goals. Okay. So I would just say trust that your originality can really translate into some kind of financial growth, because if this is a partnership, you might be wanting to take things in one direction and saying, listen, if we did this, that, and the other, I could see us making a lot of money. And the other person might be the more conventional of the two and saying, well, no, but you know, that's not how things are done. That's not how they were done. That's not what society says. That's not what other people do in this industry. It doesn't matter. You want to break outside of that box because you have potential to take that project, make it profitable, take that career, grow it in a way that nobody else has, or that job, grow it in a way that nobody else has, or make the decision to change and get out of there and start a new chapter of your life in terms of a new position, a new role, a new career. Now let's get into the challenges. You have justice. It's clarified by the 4 of Cups and the 9 of Swords. So you have some mental and some emotional going on here. The mental, right? Because you have the swords, the emotional, because you have the cups. And justice is about balance. So you're trying to balance your head and your heart. You're trying to balance these anxieties about saying, well, you know, I don't want to tick the other person off. I like working with that person, or I don't want to make that choice because, you know, doesn't make logical sense, but your heart just has to be on the same page. So you're doing this balancing act emotionally and mentally. Okay. So your challenge really is that overthinking, that stress that comes from the overthinking, maybe a little disappointment or anxiety trying to make that decision or surrounding your decisions. Okay. 4 of Cups sometimes is a card of disengagement, right? It's where we show like we're just not feeling inspired. We're like, okay, let me meditate on this. But at the same time, you feel like you're missing something, okay? It could be an actual opportunity, okay? Because you're discouraged or you're exhausted or what have you. Could be a real opportunity, or it could just be a mental feeling of, oh, I'm overthinking this, I'm stressed, I'm not sleeping because now I'm letting these thoughts pervade my mind so much that I'm not sleeping at night. Okay? So justice says, yeah, you're making some important decisions. Maybe you're going to sign a contract for some of you. Maybe there's a position available. You're looking for some fairness in terms of maybe the salary. Maybe some of you, it's about accountability, or for others of you, it's just a karmic balancing. Okay. So I would say, Aquarius, it's a little bit of a struggle for you. That's the challenge, to see clearly. Okay. Because, fear doesn't let us see things. Regret doesn't let us see things. Mental pressure doesn't really allow for clarity. It's a clouding of the perspective, all of these things. Okay. So they're, and I want to throw in there for some of you, you may be concerned about making the wrong decision, okay? But I would say to you, don't let that get in the way, okay? Your outcome is the hanged human, okay, or the hanged man. And it's clarified by the moon, but you also have the sun there. Okay, so that's very interesting because I say this transformation is starting to happen for you at the end of this period. And although it might feel like you're stuck or you can't get through this decision because of the Hangman, it's like it's necessary for you to go through this little bit of paused period, because you need to be able to look at things from the different perspective, from a different angle, from a different side. Okay. Or in order to make it happen, you need to have the shift of perspective, and you need to be able to see the perspective from another side or a different angle. Okay. Before everything can become fully clear to you. Okay. That I feel very strongly, because you have the moon, and that says there's uncertainty. Maybe you don't have all the facts. You feel like, oh, if I don't have all the facts, I can't really listen. My gut's telling me something, but I don't really have the facts. So there's the head and the heart, right? Taking, center stage in that moon energy, and feeling like, well, something's not really right there. Should I trust it? You're having a little bit of doubt, but I feel like it's because it's maybe a little bit complex emotionally. So maybe you're dealing with somebody you've known a really long time, or your boss is somebody that, you've known forever and they've been good to you, or they've just, they've always supported you, and you feel like this is a bit of a betrayal if you were to leave, or you feel like this decision that you're going to make might sour a friendship for some of you. Okay, I just feel like you are sitting there saying, it's uncertain, it's a little complex, but the sun does bring you the clarity. Okay, so you're struggling between maybe knowing that there's some clarity there, but not wanting to see it, or not wanting to trust it. Okay. So, this kind of tells me, Aquarius, that you're in this transition period where, yes, not all the answers might be visible yet, okay? But clarity absolutely arrives, okay? You just need to look at something from the different angle, okay? I'm going to say go out for a walk. Stop thinking about it so you don't have these sleepless nights. Go do something else, because sometimes when we go out, we do something completely different. We go for a walk, we stop thinking about it, the answer comes to us. Okay. And, the pause is very purposeful, because you need the clarity. So professionally, financially, it looks like you're gaining a much deeper understanding before you step into something. Okay. And that thing that you're going to step into is much brighter and more aligned. Okay, so it's starting a chapter, a project, a situation, a whatever related to your finances and to your career in a new aligned chapter, if you will. Okay. So and I love that the sun is the very last card there, because that's extreme positivity. And it smacks for me of success and eventual breaks in any confusion you might be having. All right, Aquarius, that's it for today. I hope something resonates. Don't forget to click the like. That's free. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's also free if you haven't already. And that really does help to support the channel and allow me to continue bringing you more of these readings. I will see you again soon. Until then, I am wishing you, as always, divine light and love.